Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to kinda do like a tutorial video, maybe like how to get your eBay store started. But yeah, that's gonna be today's topic is selling product on eBay and just building your store. I think it's one of the easiest best ways to move product fast. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to list your cards, and once someone's purchased your cards, how to ship them. And yeah, we're going to go over the whole process of running an eBay store. And I just sold this card, so I'm going to show you all the steps and how to sell your Pokemon stuff. And if you're going to be running an eBay store, you're going to want to have boxes, especially if you're going to be selling sealed stuff. But my eBay store at the moment, I mostly just sell singles. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to pack up a single Pokemon card. When you're selling your cards on eBay, you want to have a very presentable post or listing, as we call it on eBay. And that's going to bring in more eyes, especially when I'm looking for stuff on eBay. I like nice pictures of everything, and I like when everything's neat. It's just more attractive to buyers. And so what I got set up here is where I take pictures of everything. I use this Minecraft record as like a backdrop when I'm taking pictures of everything. And when I'm taking pictures, I take the card completely raw out. No top loader, no penny sleeve. And I feel like that's the best way to show if the card has any imperfections, or if anybody's like super picky about what the card looks like. There's not going to be any glare on the listing. And yeah, so I'll set the card here and it raw, and then I'll take a front picture and a back picture. And then that is the only two pictures I use when posting a card. If there's something like super severe, like a super big crease or something, I'll get like a close up and like say that in the description. But yeah, so first step in listing is taking pictures of your product. And as I'm going through this, I will show you all the materials you need to run a eBay store. Here is my eBay store on the desktop. As you can see, I have all my cards listed. And like I said, with the pictures over there, it really looks really nice when everything just looks symmetrical and pretty well presented. Before we get into our first listing, let's go over some things that you will need in selling cards on eBay. So, first thing you're going to need is envelopes for sure. On eBay, you can ship cards under $20 for 74 cents each. And when you're selling on eBay, you have to remember that eBay does take a percentage of your profit. If you have any more expensive cards, I recommend using a bubble mailer. And what I like to do when packing up cards on a bubble mailer, I like to squeeze it in between very thick pieces of cardboard just to protect it. And of course, you're going to need I guess you don't need it, but I find it very useful, is a label printer. You can get one of these on Amazon for like 60 bucks. This one is really nice. If you guys would like to know what it is, I can respond in the comments about it. But just look on Amazon. You can get a pretty cheap label printer. And yeah, it's very useful because once you have a sale, you can just press click, print label, and it prints. And I'll demonstrate that when we print the label for this card. Alright, so now that we have our pictures taken, we are going to list our card. So I always list my cards from my phone because I take my pictures from my phone, but I do use my desktop as well when printing my labels because my printer is hooked up to my computer. And before we get to the printer and stuff, we have to figure out how do we list an item. So once you have an eBay account and your account is all set up, we are going to go to our selling tab in the bottom right corner. It says selling, and then we're going to list an item. And what is this card that we are listing? So what is the card we're listing? It is going to be Team Rocket's Ariana. So we're going to search up Team Rocket's Ariana. And then once you got that done, put it in the number and click that. And once you're at this screen, you can see other listings that have been made, and you can use that as a template for your listings. So we're going to go ahead with this one here. And we're going to press continue. And it's going to ask you, is this card professionally graded? No, it is not. It is raw. And this card I pulled straight from a pack. It is near mint or better. And there's other options down below if you need those. Then we're going to press continue. Now this is where it can seem confusing for a little bit. And I will walk you through every step. So we're just going to go down the line. Photos. Press add, and then you can select the photos of the card from your gallery. That's the first step done. Title. So now that we have a title, just make sure everything's said, or make sure everything is correctly typed. And I'm going to select all and copy this just so I have it saved and it's just easier to use when I'm making the description. So once we're there, we're done with the title. Category is good. We got the condition done already. Item specifics, everything looks good to me. Everything should be good when you're using a template already made by somebody else. Everything should be fine, but just double check it. So now we go to the description. So what I like to do is once we're in, I'm gonna copy and paste the title, and then I'm gonna space bar down, and then I always like to just say what the condition is. So card is pack fresh. That's all I do. You can go into more detail. You can add other things that you would like, but I just keep it simple. That's all I do. So now once we have the description done, we are good to go on that. So now we go to the pricing. Now this is where it can get confusing for some people. So on eBay, cards under $20, you can ship through eBay, you can ship for 74 cents each, which is right here. But this card is not a $20 card, so we're going to be doing something different. And when you're shipping a card that's under $20, you have to use envelopes. It's the easiest thing to do. You want to make sure you have envelopes and bubble mailers, because in this instance, our card is worth more than $20, so we cannot use an eBay standard envelope. So for that, we're going to go ahead and get our price. We're going to price this at $38.99. It's a little above market, but we're going to pay for shipping as well. Just because it's more appealing to the viewer or as a buyer, if you're searching on eBay wanting to buy cards and you see free shipping, that's going to entice me a little bit more than having to pay shipping. So once we have our price done, you can also do more options, and if you have more than just one, you can change the quantity, and if you have offers on, you can change what's the minimum offer someone can give you. So as you see here, we have it at 15 or higher. Now let's go back to this. So we have bubble mailers here that are 8 inches by 5 inches. So let's type that in. 8 inches, 5 inches. And it's gonna weigh about an ounce, maybe 2. But try to get it as perfect as you can. You're gonna click USPS ground. eBay even recommends it. It's gonna be the best bang for your buck. So once we have our package details done, our shipping service done, USPS Ground Advantage, I'm going to change my shipping cost to offer free shipping. So that means I'm going to pay shipping. So make sure you calculate that into your pricing when listing. You have to think about that you're going to be paying for the label and that your eBay is also going to be taking a percentage from your sale. So once we have that selected, we can go back and let's check that everything's right in the shipping. And yes, it is right. So yeah, once you have everything done, scroll to the bottom and you can press list your item. and your first item has been listed. All right, so now we're back on the computer here, and we do have an order right here. It's not the card I showed in the video, but once you're at your eBay hub, which you can go and click My eBay, you can go to your seller hub, which is right up here, so your seller hub. And you can go to your overview, which just shows you everything, and then we're going to go to our orders. And once we have a card that is ready to be shipped, we'll press Get Shipping Label. And then we're going to purchase the shipping label, but we need to make sure that everything looks correct here. And this is a card that's under $20, the one I'm just showing you for example here. This is under $20, so an envelope is 10 by 5, which is different from the bubble mailer I just showed you guys. So with it being only $9.53 as the order total, we are able to use our eBay standard envelope for 74 cents. So I'm going to go ahead and press Purchase Shipping Label. After you have pressed Purchase Shipping Label, it'll come out here. And right here is my eBay label printer. Very, very easy to use. You just plug it right in your computer, and your computer should detect it for the most part. If it doesn't, there's tutorials on how to get it to work. But we just pressed Get Our Shipping Label, and this will pop up, and then we'll press Print. And the eBay label will come out just like that. I'm going to blur out the printing label here, but just to show you what it looks like from the front and the back. And you just peel this off. And with our card that is above $20, we're going to be using a bubble mailer. I like to put 2 thick pieces of cardboard over each side of the card, just so it's very secure. Especially if it's a high-end item, you want to make sure it gets to the customer in the same condition that was in the pictures. So you want to do your best to package everything as good as you can. So now we're going to package our actual card in our bubble mailer. So what I like to do, like I mentioned, 2 pieces of cardboard, card goes in here, card goes in here, and then I always like to throw in some free hollows and just like a thank you note. I always just write on energies. So once I do that, I'll put these all in a sleeve here, pack this up good, make sure it's taped really well, then I'll slap these on top, then make sure it's just one solid piece, and then I'll throw it in our bubble mailer. So now that we have a secured card, we will throw it in our bubble mailer. So when everything's packed up in the bubble mailer, make sure it's nice and glued together. You can put your label on the front. And then my last final touch, what I like to do, I'll take a spare blank label, cut it like about that, stick that on there, and I'll write fragile. And that is what it looks like. So once you have your card ready to go and to ship, you will just go to the post office and drop it off. And with an item above $20 like this one, around 40 bucks, make sure you always ask for a receipt to show that you actually dropped it off at the post office. And to show you the eBay envelope, you can get these on Amazon for really cheap. And for the envelope, I will write an energy thank you note card like I did for our bubble mailer, and that's all you need to do. All you do is throw the card in there. You can put it in, you can like do 2 top loaders, make sure it's like extra protective, but if it's something like this, it's $9, I'm just going to put it as is in there. Slide it in just like that, tape it up like that, and the label goes on just like that. So yeah guys, that is how to list and ship your eBay cards. If you guys have any more questions, let me know in the comments below. Thanks guys.